It's a cold one out here, so I'm gonna try to make this video pretty quick. It's like 35 degrees and we in Texas. Texas got this weird thing about their weather that they want to start getting cold at the latter part of the winter season. Like November, December, we were still in the 70s. Now we at the end of January or middle of January and it's freezing. And we got a winter storm mix coming this weekend. So I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible. However, when it comes to firearms, sometimes I just let whatever be whatever. Let the elements be whatever because I'm really trying to enjoy this. So as you can tell by the title, we have the Canik MC9. Let's say it right. The Canik Mete MC9 Prime. All right. I'm very excited about this because if y'all been on the channel long enough, you know that the Canik is like by far probably my favorite manufacturer, my favorite gun company, simply because you get a budget firearm for the best money, but you also get the best quality, the best presentations. You get all the little extras in there. And when I first started in my firearm journey, the second firearm that I got was a Canik because the guy who was helping me learn all the loops and stuff, he said it's better than the Glock. I'm still trying to figure that part out. I haven't really got to that part yet. But here we are with the Canik MC9, Mete MC9 Prime. This is what you get. Get your little briefcase. It looks like this on the front. Then you open it up. Got your little push. You gotta push it to open it up. You can't just flip the latches. You got to push it to open it up. And this is what it looks like. Comes with your little manual. You know, everybody gives these, but you got a manual. And then right there in the opening of it, nice little label telling you what it is. You got 2 extra back straps and you got a Canik tool kit, kind of work on your little firearm a little bit. All that stuff is in there. And I'll say the last few Caniks that I've gotten, they all have this in there. So that's a really neat tool. And I like that it actually is like a little mimic of the Canik. So there's your little tool piece that you would use. And then everything else is in here. If you can hear the rattle, all your stuff is in there. So very nice. Then main attraction, you got your lock right here. It's cold, so I can't pull all this stuff out. But you get 2 17-round magazines. And then you got the firearm. And it does come with a nice little holster. Now, they're not the best holsters, but it's something. Most guns don't give you a holster. They don't give you half the stuff that Canik gives you. But I do like this holster. It's different from the ones that I had before with my other Caniks. This one is pretty nice. It looks like you can run it inside the waistband, which is like it is now, and then you can run it on the outside if you wanted to. I think that's pretty neat, y'all. Firearm, here it is. 2 17-round mags, as I mentioned before. And then this is what that baby looks like. Isn't it gorgeous? Right out the box, it feels like my Glock 43X. And I did bring my Glock 43X because I want to do a comparison just a little bit, not nothing too crazy, but I do want to do a comparison because it does feel like the grip feels like that is slim. I don't know if they're the same slim size. I'm gonna go get it in a minute, but it feels just like my Glock 43X. It might actually be a little longer or maybe the same size because I do have the afterburning ramjet comp on my 43X. And that's the other thing I like about this one is that it does come with the ports in the barrel as well as the compensator on top. Ooh, I can't push the slide. There we go. So you have the comp on top, ported. Got a couple window ports on the sides to mimic each of the ports in the barrel. So this should shoot flat because anytime you put a compensator ports in the barrel, it's going to help reduce that recoil by a lot. So with the MC9 Prime, There are some differences with it compared to the MC9 regular, the MC9L, and the MC9LS. This one apparently is superior to all of those. So I don't have experience with those, and I don't even have experience with this one until today. And so we're gonna see how it shoots. Let me tell y'all all the upgrades and everything they did to this before we shoot. I don't wanna miss anything because it's a whole lot. So let me tell you what that is. Okay, so this is everything on the gun, and I'm gonna just let you see it as I talk about it. So it's got the new full grip surface stippling on the grip. The whole entire grip has full stippling. Vertical serrations on the magazine. So this is similar to that the new Glock Gen 6. I think they have the same situation going on here with that vertical serration on the magazine here, the magazine release. And so far, like as I took it out earlier and was playing with it, it drops right out, which is very nice. And it's actually protruded out just a little bit so that you're able to get to it and not have an issue. I don't even have to break my grip, honestly, to release the magazine, which is great. It has a flat face trigger with a 90-degree break. It has an enlarged trigger guard, so I don't know if y'all can tell, but that trigger guard does look super big. And I think that's good because if you got, you know, people who have bigger fingers, they're really wanting to get in there to pull that trigger. Also, which is what I'm about to do in a few minutes, is if I wear gloves, then I want to be able to still get my trigger finger in there. And it looks like I will be able to because that's a lot of surface area in there. It has a forward trigger guard texture. It's got an enhanced slide stop lever, which was very hard for me to get down, probably because it's cold out here. It has the slide serrations, which are pretty aggressive. Not too aggressive though. Y'all know how I don't like aggressive serrations. And this one is not as aggressive, but it's enough for you to either press check on the front end or slingshot it on the back end. It has a flared slide for easy racking. So I think this part in the back. It's kind of flared out just a little bit right there behind the rear serrations, where if you did want to slingshot it for real, you'll do it that way. And no, I could not pull it all the way back because my hands are literally freezing. Optic cover. So on here, it does come with that mechanic optic that comes with. You can have that option to purchase it with the MC9 or to purchase it without it and put your own optic on there. Prime barrel laser engraved. As you can see right there, it has prime laser engraved on the barrel. It has serrated barrel chambering. It has a side barrel fluting, full grip extended back strap included that I showed y'all earlier. And then it has an external low profile magazine well. Actually, I like this profile magazine well. It calls it a low profile, but it looks good. I think it fits with the aesthetic of the gun very nice. And if you was gonna run something like this in competition, which I've seen people run this, somebody like Niels Jonassen, he runs this in IDPA. I think this is a really good competition thing. I might have to entertain this at some point in competition to see how it goes. We'll see. And then lastly, you got your texture magazine base plate, low profile beaver tail, and forward index texture and memory point. So right here on the magazine, and I believe it's on the other one too, you get that texturing down there for like when you are running in competition. You know, you can grab it, have that good grip. So with all that being said, the only thing we have to do now is shoot it because we got to see what this thing is shooting like. All right, y'all, that took me way too long to load, and you already know why. All right, so we got it loaded up, 2 17-round mags. I got some steel in front of me. I'm about anywhere from 12 to 15 yards away. Also, I didn't mention that it did come with this speed loader that you can load your mags with. And also, make sure y'all go follow me on Rumble. YouTube, you know, YouTube is finicky. So I've been cross-sharing on Rumble for a little while now. So if you don't already follow me on Rumble, I put my handle right here for you to go and follow me there. Also, get down in the description below. There's some merch, as you can see. Get your merch for this winter time, or you can just pick up a t-shirt. I certainly appreciate it. Okay, the racking is good. I like it. All right, let's see. First shot, which is this gotta be like 15 yards. Y'all see me? Ooh, I gotta go put on my ear pro because I don't got my ears on. We're gonna have to go with the over the head today. That way it could kind of keep my ears warm. But that shot was loud. If you ever shot without ear pro, which I used to shoot without ear pro for a long time until I got hip to ear pro and eye protection. But if you ain't never shot, or if you've ever shot with without ears, you already know what that ring is feeling like. Oh, that is a really good shoot. I like the trigger, but if you own a Canik before, you know the trigger is gonna be the trigger. That's one of their selling points, is they have like one of the best triggers out of the box. So that shot really good, and actually it feels a lot like my 43X. It really does. Like, even from the slide, racking the slide, the feel, even the trigger feels a lot like my 43X. Yeah, we definitely gonna have to shoot that and see if they're the same, better, this one is better or worse. All right, 17 more rounds. Let me show y'all where I'm shooting. All right, these are the steels I'm shooting at. I like it. I like it. I actually like also how, even with my gloves on, it's helping a little bit with like the bite because it's cold, but the beaver tail, that lower beaver tail that they talked about, it really is like right there in the meat of my hand, and it feels good. It feels like I have the best control of the pistol, especially with something, I wouldn't say it's as small, but it is like that in that subcompact category for concealed carry. But even with me gripping high like that, I don't feel like I'm losing the gun or the gun is flipping too much. So far with what, 34 rounds down, I only brought 100 out here because y'all know I'll get ammo crazy, and I can stay out here shooting 200 and 300 rounds easily. So I only brought 100. That was 34 down. We got 66 to go. All right, let's shoot it some more. I don't know if I told y'all that I'm super excited that it does carry 17 rounds. And I said this in a few of my videos a while back, that if we're gonna have these concealed carry guns, manufacturers, y'all gotta let us have magazines that's like 15 plus. This 10 plus, which is what my Glock 43X initially came with, that ain't good enough. Now I understand you're in some states where your magazine capacity is limited, but here in Texas, we're not limited. And so therefore, I want a magazine that's 15 rounds or more in my concealed carry handgun. Now luckily, I was able to come across the PSA dagger mags for my Glock 43X, so those are the 15 round mags. But if you're gonna come out the gate like Canik did for a concealed carry gun like this and give me 17 rounds, you're gonna get my dollars. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get these little ones over here. I'll show y'all what they look like. So right there, we have two little eyeballs down there. Let's see how accurate. This is, let's just go back to about 20. Whew! It's a little chilly, y'all. All right, let's see. Oh, missed it. There you go. They tiny. I bet like they're the size of my hand. The dot on here is really good too. Get back in the sun. The dot, the mechanic dot, I like it. It's not too much, cause first, like, you only get, I don't know what MOA this is, but you don't get to adjust it or anything. You can zero it, but other than that, you don't have any push buttons on here, as you can tell. there's no way for you to adjust how big or small you want that dot. But as of right now, the dot it's a decent size. Another 17 rounds. Oh, good. I was able to drop the slide lever on that, the slide release, drop it on there. All right, give y'all a close up what it's looking like. Did I chamber one? Yep. All right. Won't go in. And it locks back. Have not had an issue yet with it locking back. But if you know me and my Glock 43X, I ride that slide lock or slide release and it won't always lock back. But that one does, because it's kind of hard to ride the slide release on here because it fits so flush. But the Canik MC9 Prime, the Canik Mete MC9 Prime is a really good gun. Those ports and that compensator are definitely doing a really good job. I don't know if y'all can tell in the video, but there's not a whole lot of muzzle flip in there. I'm telling you, like, once you get a good grip on this thing, as far as like, as you can see, my grip is high. If you got a good grip, you should be able to maintain it. And the ports and the compensator only just helps. Let's go get the 43X and see the comparison. All right, got them both out. Canik, Glock 43X. Okay, so we're talking about length. They are literally identical. Only because I have the Radian ramjet and afterburner on there. If not, the Canik would be longer by like an inch probably. Okay, so with the ports on there, both of them are ported and compensated. Well, my barrel in my 43X is not ported, but there is a compensator on there. The length is about the same. If we take a look at the back, the 43X looks like it's slightly slimmer, only slightly. And you really can't even tell that big of a difference. And the Canik is longer in the grip. So yeah, the 43X is still slimmer. As you can tell if you're looking at the back right here, this is a lot thinner than this one. The beaver tail is smaller than the Canik, and then again, the grip is a little bit longer. So, other than that, they kind of look similar in size. The 43X though does have a 3.4 inch barrel, whereas the Canik has a 3.6 inch barrel, I believe. And then the weight of the 43X is only like a little over 18 ounces. And the Canik is about a little over 23 ounces. So minor differences here and there. So let's just see how they shoot. The only thing, again, that I've done to my 43X is I have the Radian afterburner ramjet on it. I did put a new trigger shoe in there. I say new, but it's not new. It's been in there for a while. New trigger shoe. Obviously, it does have a light on it, so it's going to add a little bit of weight and have an optic on there. Other than that, and I put a little stippling on there. So let's shoot them both. All right, let's go with the 43X first. We've been shooting the Canik. Let's take 5 shots. Turn my dot up. And on this one, I do have the EPS carry enclosed emitter dot on here, and I have a green dot. So I think that was 5 shots. Okay, let's go with the Canik. Where's the dot? I don't know. There's a slight difference in the shoots. I want to say my trigger on a 43X is a little bit better. I'm running the stock trigger of the Glock 43X. It's just that I changed the trigger shoe. This is the standard code USA trigger shoe that I have in here. Right in the slide lock again. I don't know, it feels, I don't know, I've been shooting a Glock 43X for a long time, so I could be in this situation biased, and I have more rounds through this, obviously, but where's the red dot? Let's see. I think the 43X is slightly better. Yeah, I think so. The Canik is good though. It shoots very good. A lot of people, and I'm probably one of the few who likes the Glock 43X. A lot of people hate the Glock 43X. But what I've come to realize about Summer is Summer likes to shoot smaller guns. If I can pretty much like the real estate of my hands, if it can pretty much take up a good portion of the gun, I'm probably gonna shoot it well. And I think that's anybody. But I like small guns, and by far my favorite gun in my collection is my Glock 43X. It probably has the most rounds, obviously, and I don't know, I think I've molded it to be to my liking. It just fits perfect for me. So I got some stuff coming for the 43X. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, because I just been doing some digging and diving in what I want to do with this, being that it is my EDC. So y'all just stay tuned for that. I do have the extended slide release or slide lock on there that helps me drop it easily, because y'all know the standard one on there, if it's too flush you can't even reach it. So I put that on there, it helps me drop it. I've got a few more rounds of the Canik left that I want to shoot, and then I'll give y'all my final thoughts. I think I got 15 rounds left. All right, last 15 right here. It really is a good gun to shoot. It really is. Yeah. I love everything about it, actually. From the upgrades, all the upgrades that I named earlier in the video, I like it. The stippling, I really can't tell about the stippling because I got gloves on, but I know before I had the gloves on, I did like the way it was stippled all the way on the hand grip. That way you have like a good grip, it's firm, it's steady. I also like how it does have, it's on this side too, but there's like an indentation here, like a little dip on this side for your thumb to just rest in. And I think that is tailored towards helping with the recoil. That way you know you're gripping it and you're maintaining that recoil as best as possible with the ports, with the compensation, with that 90-degree trigger brake, the grip, all that. I think this is just an all-in-one package that can't really be beat if we talking about it. I compared it to the Glock 43X, but if we're being honest, the Glocks until recent do not give you, and I wouldn't even say until recent, because the Gen 6s still don't come with anything that the Caniks come with. Other than the new stippling and the new optic cuts and the rail, that's all they're giving us. Canik is giving us way more. Canik has always given us way more. And that's what I appreciate about Canik the most, is that what I pay for, I'm actually grateful for what I get. The iron sights on here are the tritium night vision sights, I believe. And they actually do co-witness with this red dot, which is very nice. You got an orange front sight, and then you got your blacked out rear in the back. So any event that your red dot goes out, you do have those co-witness iron sights. I give the Canik MC9 Prime, I give it a 10 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with it. I didn't think it was too snappy. For the barrel length that it comes with, I think it was like perfect. The proportions are perfect. And the grip itself, I think that's my most favorite part. I always talk about the comfortability of a gun, and that's going to determine if I'm going to shoot the gun well. And right out the gate, as soon as I open up a firearm, take it out the box or whatever, I'm gripping that thing to see how I like it. And then I put my support hand on and see, okay, I look like I can maintain this thing. And that's what happened when I took this out of the box. I knew right away that the grip felt good, which kind of indicates I'm going to shoot it well. So again, guys, that's the Canik Mete MC9 Prime. It was an absolutely great shoot today. Really like what Canik did to this. All the upgrades they did from the original MC9 all the way up to the Mete 9. It does come two-tone as well, so you get a black slide and an FDE frame. So if that's an option you want to go with, they do have that. And again, it does come with the red dot if you wanted to, or it can come without the red dot and you can put your own red dot on there. So y'all let me know down in the comment section. I know somebody asked me to review this, so here's that review. And I'm trying to get to the reviews, guys. Y'all just hang tight. I can't get to everybody's reviews, but if there's something you want me to take a look at, make sure you put it down in the comment section below so we can come out to the range and shoot it and share my thoughts with y'all. Don't forget, pick up some merch, go follow me on Rumble, and until next time, stay armed, stay safe, and stay warm, and stay vigilant. Peace.